Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to me trying to set this up properly. There we go. A little bit better. Welcome to JC Sports Replays. My name is Joe, and this is your Baseball History Replay Network. As we play some Payoff Pitch today, this is game number 19 in my 1969 Payoff Pitch Baseball Replay, and game number 3 between the San Francisco Giants and the Atlanta Braves, featuring all-time greats and recently departed Willie Mays taking on the Atlanta Braves and Hammerin. On the mound for Atlanta tonight, we have Milt Pappas. Pappas was 6-10 with a 3.63 ERA and 24 games started in 1969. He'll be facing a Giants lineup that looks like this. Leading off and playing center field, rest in peace, Willie Mays, the Say Hey Kid. At second base and batting second, Ron Hunt. Batting third and playing right field, Bobby Bonds. Batting cleanup and playing first base, Willie McCovey. Behind the plate and doing the catching is Dick Deitz, batting fifth. In left field, batting sixth, Jim Ray Hart. Batting seventh and playing third, Don Mason. At shortstop, Hal Lanier bats eighth, and on the mound, batting ninth, will be Bobby Bolden. Let's get the chat up and running and see what's going on today. That's right, Payoff Pitch is back, folks. Hi, Ben. Jumping around a little bit between games, but I have some time today. I've already played 4 games of Payoff Pitch, and I thought the next game I wanted to stream was going to be a Willie Mays game, so here we are. Well, Pappas is done with his warm-up pitches, and Mays steps into the box, batting from the right side. Willie waits for the pitch. Pappas into the windup. Here's the first pitch of the game. That is a 5. Patient. Pappas is righty, and a 73 is going to take us down here to a fly ball out towards center field. Looks like no problem for Felipe Alou, and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. I'll bring up the second baseman, Ron Hunt. Hope you're having a good Sunday, Ben. I'm on vacation, so I'm definitely having a good Sunday, despite the rain here in New Jersey. So Pappas from the windup. Hunt waits. That's a 4. Ballpark 55 against a right-handed batter. That's a wheelhouse. We're going to get a lot of wheelhouse on the ballparks here. 66 for the wheelhouse for Hunt is, he doesn't have much of a wheelhouse, only up to 31. That's a fly ball out toward right field. Aaron is there, and Hunt is retired for 2 outs. A nice cool day here, gorgeous. Nice to hear it, man. Well, I'll bring up Bobby Bonds, batting third. And playing right. There's 2 outs here, top of the first. I don't know why I always flip those. It is an 11 defense check, and a 10 is going to be a range on the second baseman. So that's Felix Milan with a C. Get back in there. An 0-1 on the C. That's going to be a base hit. And the 6 on the hit says that is going to be a single. 2-out single for Bonds. Now, the defense check was an 11, so Bonds is a 5 steal. He's not going anywhere. So Bobby's on with 2 outs, and here's McCovey, the feared slugger. 45 homer season for McCovey in 69. We'll see how he does in the replay. Pappas from the stretch. McCovey waits. Fouls off a couple of pitches, and holy crap. Stay in the box, will you? It's a 5-35. That's a patient. And McCovey is patient and draws a base on balls. So a 2-out single followed by a 2-out walk, and suddenly there's a runner in scoring position for Dick Deitz. Deitz a right-handed batting catcher today. 2 outs, 2 on. The pitch from Pappas. Boy, we're having some jumpers. I didn't have this happen for 5 games, and now they're jumping all over the place. 6-76. That's going to be an in-play result. And looks like a fly ball to center. Lou is there, and the inning is over for the Giants. No runs, 2 left. Pappas gets through it, despite a couple of 2-out base runners. And that'll bring up Bobby Bolden to pitch for the Giants. Bolin in 22 games started a 7-7 record, a 4.43 ERA. McCovey wins that battle usually, right? They would have preferred to see him hit it high and deep, but we'll take a walk. Well, for the Braves, it's going to be a lineup that looks like this. Leading off in center field, Felipe Alou. At second base, batting second, Felix Millan. In right field, batting third, it's Hammerin. The first baseman, recently departed Big Cat, Orlando Cepeda. Clete Boyer, the third baseman, bats fifth. The shortstop, Sonny Jackson, bats sixth. Catcher Bob Didier is seventh. Batting eighth, Ralph Garr, playing left field. And batting ninth, the pitcher Pappas. So here's the right-handed batting Alou. Bolin throws from the right side, making his first start of the season. That's a 3 tough and a 56. It's going to be a grounder down at third, looks like. No problem from Mason. He fires across the diamond to McCovey, and Alou is out on the 5-3. One away. You saw something on Baseball Reference about in memoriam Orlando Cepeda. Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? Two really, really great players in a week. And here's Mian. As the air conditioning kicks on in the background. That's a 6. In play, 67 is going to be a high one. That's a grounder down to second base. No problem for Ronnie Hunt. Over to McCovey at first, and Mian is retired. Quickly, 2 outs. And that'll bring up Aaron. Henry batting from the right side. Waits for the pitch. Bolin into the windup. It's a 3. Tough pitch, 0-3. That's going to be a strikeout. Aaron is down on strikes. So 1-2-3 inning for Bolin. We'll head to the second with no score. A little sip of water here. They say they come in threes. I know, I've been waiting for the third one. Not that I wish it on anybody. Well, Pappas comes back to the mound. And it'll be Hart. So Jim Ray is waiting for the pitch from the right side. Pappas is ready. Let's start off the second inning. 6:90 in play. Grounder down to short. Sonny Jackson is there. And Hart is retired by a step and a half at first base. Wife is coughing in the background. Don't pay any attention to that. Here's Don Mason. 1 out. The pitch to Mason, a 7:47. Another in play. And that is going to be a grounder right back to Pappas. He picks it clean. Tosses over to first in plenty of time, and Mason's retired. 2 quick outs here in the second for Pappas. Is ready to face Hal Lanier, the shortstop, with 2 outs. About a 7:22. Another in play, keeping it, letting the defense do its job. But this one gets through. A single for Lanier through the left side, and he's only a steal 2. He's not going anywhere. That's going to bring up Bolin, so they'll clear the pitcher, which is always important. You'd rather have Mays leading off than Bolin. So here's Bolin. He's going to be using the 6 column against Pappas. About a 5. Patient. And a 71. That's way up here. Fly ball to center, makes contact, but not doing much with it. Alou is there, and Bolin is retired. 1 left, no runs. We head to the bottom half, still no score. Great part about these games, they keep playing. That's right. So I mentioned on Facebook that this game was going to be happening next, and it's the first time in my baseball sim history in any game that Aaron and Mays meet on the Field of Dreams together. So here's Cepeda, recently passed. Orlando as well, for that matter. Bolin is ready. Cepeda waving his bat slightly. It's a 6:98. Another in play, getting a lot of those today. Fly ball out toward the left field. Hart is there, and Cepeda's down. Boyer up next. Bolin's retired the first 4. Here's Clete. That's right. It's an 8:27. That's a tough pitch, and Boyer, Jason, took a little off there, and Boyer swung over the top of it for the second out. We'll bring up a left-handed batter, Sonny Jackson. Jackson is ready. The windup and the pitch. It's a 6:03. That could be trouble. This one's hit out toward the gap. That's everybody's chasing it. Jimmy Ray Hart is after it. Out there, so's Mays. Nobody's going to get it. It one hops the wall and caroms into the corner. Jackson's around second. On his way to third, Mays corrals it and throws to the cutoff man. A quick relay, but Jackson's in there sliding with a 2-out triple. And that's going to bring up Bob Didier, the catcher. So a 2-out, 3-base hit. The first hit of the day for the Braves off the bat of Sonny Jackson. That one just kept tailing away from everybody. Nothing you can do there. There's Didier. Bolin, a glance at Jackson at third. He's not going anywhere. How about a 9-13? That's a ballpark result. You know that's wheelhouse here on a 13. Doesn't care what side he's from. He's batting left. So wheelhouse all the way. 55. Wrong guy for a wheelhouse result, though. The grounder down to third. Mason's there. And the inning is over. So the triple does nothing. One left. Jackson does cross the plate, but it does not count as the third out is recorded. And Pappas returns for the third inning. He will face the top of the order, Mays, Hunt, and Bonds. Here's Mays. He's 0 for 1 on the day. How about a 2-49? There's a wheelhouse result that's going to matter. 49 against a righty. That one's hit deep. It's going to one-hop the wall. Caroms off the wall. And Mays will be into second with a stand-up double. His first base hit from heaven. In my world, anyway. I'm sure he's had hundreds, if not thousands by now, of people rolling his games. So leadoff double for Willie. And here's Ronnie Hunt. Pappas from the slide step. It's an 11-29. Defense check. Range center field. That's a Lou. He's a 3. I mean a C, excuse me. 35 on the C. That's going to be a base hit. Let's see what kind. 11. Oops, wrong chart. That's going to get down for a 2-base hit. Mays is going to score easily. And Hunt has himself a stand-up double and an RBI, and it's 1-0 San Fran. The Giants take the lead 1-0 on that Ron Hunt double, and with still nobody out, Bobby Bonds comes up. Bonds singled in the first. He's 1 for 1. Pappas a glance at Hunt. Hunt staying close to the bag. All of a sudden the jumpers are happening. That's a foul ball. Well, here's an 8-32. Tough pitch, and he's down on strike. So Pappas knuckles down, gets the first out the hard way. Since his fielders don't seem to catch up to anything, he figures he'll just strike the next guy out. Well, now he's got to deal with McCovey, who is strikeout prone, but he's also home run prone. Willie walked his first time up. Runner on second, 1 down. Here's the pitch from Pappas. Another 7. You're going to get that more often than any other result. So an in-play 70. Grounded down to short. Hunt is quick. He was on the move on the contact. So Jackson fields it over to first, but McCovey's out for the second out, but Hunt moves to third. And here's Dietz now. Dietz with a 2-out clutch RBI chance. 1 run in. Hunt on third. 2 down here in the top of the third, and it's Dietz. 0 for 1 so far today. The pitch from Pappas is a 6. In play, 57. Looks like it'll be a grounder down to third. There's Boyer. He has plenty of time and throws out Dietz. But the Giants get 1. They leave 1. And we'll go to the bottom of the third. Bobby Bolin coming up. He will face Ralph Garr, followed by Pappas and Alou. Hey, Robert. Central Texas, and it's so hot the flies aren't leaving the cows who are under a tree. That's hot, Robert. That's awfully hot. That's Central Wisconsin. Ben, are you going to get a chance to go to the Payoff Pitch tournament at the end of July in Wisconsin? I am not. I looked at airfare today just out of curiosity. A little out of my short-term price range, but this is going to be an annual thing with Kurt Berglund. I might have to try to do it next year. Well, here's Ralph Garr. His first at bat of the day. Bolin's ready and Garr waits. About a 9.79. That's ballpark, and that's going to be left-handed batter. Actually, that's just out of the wheelhouse. That's an in-play result for Garr. 0-1. That's a 2-base hit. Ralph Garr finds the gap and makes his way to second base ahead of the throw. Well, that'll bring up Pappas. And we might see a sack here. Let's see what kind of bunter Pappas is. He is a pretty good bunter. He's a B. Corners are going to guard against the bunt. That's going to make him a C the way I play it. So he squares around as Bolin delivers. Trying to move that runner over to third with just nobody out, actually, or just one out if he's successful. It's going to be a 5-0-3. So 5 means the third baseman's going to field it, and an 0-3 is a PO. Batter pops out, runners hold. So a poor job there by Pappas. Into Gar gets quickly back to second base. One grounded out his first time up. And Bolin with the pitch. Stop jumping, guys. What the hell today? 7-26. That's an in play. And it finds its way through the right side there for Lou. Gar stops at third as it's fielded quickly. And it's first and third with one out for Felix Mion. They'll be looking for a double play here. Just want to check out Lou. Nope, no steal there. One slight problem, cannot find a hotel room for under $200 a night. Yeah, that's also a problem. Anything above 75 in Wisconsin's too hot. We've been steadily in the 90s in Jersey for like a month now. So I can only imagine what July and August are going to be. For sure we're going to have 100 degrees for a couple of weeks in August, for sure. Well, it's first and third. Giants playing a double play depth, and Bolin is ready from the stretch. About a 5-41. That's a tough pitch. Brain's not working. Chopper back to Bolin. That might be a double play. He's going to turn, fire to second base, taken by Lanier, and on over to McCovey. That's a 1-6-3, a double play to end the inning. So they get out of trouble. They leave one. The double play takes away the threat. And as we head to the fourth, it's 1-0 San Francisco. For the Giants, it'll be Hart, Mason, and Lanier coming up. 6, 7, 8, and Pappas is ready. Jim's 0 for 1 on the day. How about an 8-32? Tough pitch, and he cannot handle it. Hart's down on strikes for the first out. Here's Don Mason. Mason grounded back to Pappas his first time up. About a 394. That's patient, but way too high for anything good. It's a fly ball out toward right. Aaron coming in a few steps and makes the catch for the second out of the inning. And here's Lanier. Lanier singled his first time up. 2 down, Pappas is ready. The wind up and the pitch. 363. That's a patient and again a high range. Grounded towards second. Milan is there and over to first. A 1-2-3 inning for Pappas. The Giants cannot extend the lead, nor can they clear the pitcher this time. And Bolin steps out to face the heart of the order, Aaron, Cepeda, and Boyer. Braves would like to get something going here. Hank struck out his first time up. The pitch from Bolin, it's a 7-0-7 in play, and that's going to be trouble. Is that really what I think it is? This one's hit deep the opposite way. Going back on it is Bonds. It's over his head, off the wall, and carries away from him. It's going to be fielded by Mays as Aaron rounds second, and he's going to make it to third easily. A stand-up triple for Hammerin Hank, showing off a little bit of speed there. And boy, the balls carry here, don't they? Even when they don't leave the park, they go over the outfielder's head with ease. Well, Henry's the tying run on third now, and here's the recently departed Orlando Cepeda. Orlando would like to pick up the run here. He's 0 for 1 with a flyout his first time up. Bolin, quick glance at Aaron, and then the delivery. How about a 9? That's caught, so we're going to re-roll. 9-41. That's a ballpark. That's a problem. 41 is wheelhouse for Cepeda. That's a 43. Forget it. Orlando Cepeda does indeed cash in the run. This one's long gone. A heavenly homer from the Big Cat. And it's suddenly 2-1 Atlanta. The crowd gives him a moment of silence as he rounds the bases. Rest in peace, Mr. Cepeda. And Bobby Bolin Shakes his head in disbelief. But if you're going to give one up, might as well give one up to the guy who just met his maker. Well, here's Boyer. 2-1 Atlanta now, bottom of the fourth. And Boyer steps up. He's 0 for 1. Struck out his first time up. How about a 372? That's a tough pitch. Off the end of the bat out towards center. Mays has room and makes the catch to retire Boyer for the first out of the inning. Sonny Jackson coming up. He tripled. We've had a lot of extra base hits today. 2 triples, 2 doubles, a homer, 3 doubles, pardon me. And Jackson's thinking, maybe I'll hit for the cycle today. Let's see how that goes. Bolin with the windup and the delivery. It's a 9-13. Ballpark again. Wheelhouse for Jackson. Well, not much of a wheelhouse for the singles hitter, but let's see how it goes. 69, wind me, dine me, and ground me out to shortstop, folks. Jackson is the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up Didier. We're not going to make any more off-color references considering Didier's name, but he's 0 for 1 with 2 outs here. Bolin with the 12, patient, and a 10. That's a base on balls for Bob. Not much of a base stealer, and here comes Ralph Garr, who is a pretty good base stealer, but he can't steal first. He's going to have to get on base first. Over 100 for 4 days. The heat index added, but without the index, it's still 90 to 95. You're a fat guy, you don't take heat well. Hey, Chris, thanks, man. Good to see you, brother. Thanks for joining me on this lovely, rainy, or threateningly rainy Sunday. I guess we're going to have some really bad thunderstorms around 4 o'clock. Right now, it's just humid and kind of pleasant out there with a small breeze. So Didier's on first. Here's Garr. How about a 9-17? There's another ballpark result. Boy, Bolin should not be pitching in this ballpark if his ballpark's a 9. That's going to be another wheelhouse. But he's given up the wheelhouses to these singles hitters. So let's see if Garr can get a low number. He can. A 28. Oh, he needed a 27 or less. The 28, he pops it up on the infield. Way up in the air. Ron Hunt takes his time, calls everybody off, and makes the catch. Well, that'll be a 2-run inning. They leave 1. And after 4, the Braves now lead at the Giants by a score of 2-1. Pappas heading back out. He'll face Bolin to start things off, and then back to the top of the order with Mays and Hunt. There's a good game here. So Bolin batting in the 6th column. He flew out to center his first time up, leading off the 5th inning. See if Bobby can help his own cause. It's a 7.96 in play, and forget it, out to left field. No problem for Garr, and there's 1 away. That'll bring up Willie. A double and a run scored, the only Giants run to date. 1 for 2 officially. Pappas is ready. Mays waits. Bat stirring in the breeze. 11.09, that's a defense check. 09 is going to be a second base range check for Milan, who's a C. An average fielder is Milan or Mian, depending on your preference. 65 on the C. That's going to be an out. Let's see what kind of out. Most likely a grounder. It is a grounder down to second, no problem, and Mays is retired by a step. That'll bring up Ron Hunt with 2 outs. Hunt 1 for 2, a double and an RBI so far. Pappas, the pitch, an 8.90. Tough pitch. Another really, really high number here. Grounded to Jackson. Takes 2 steps, shuffles, and delivers, and Hunt is retired. So nothing doing for the Giants in the 5th. A 1-2-3 inning for Pappas. And Bolin returns to do his part. He will face Pappas to lead things off. Alou and Mian to follow. Here's Pappas. He popped out to third his first time up. 9.53. That's another ballpark result and a wheelhouse result for the pitcher, who's batting in the 6th column. He's got power, folks. He goes all the way up to 44 here on his wheelhouse. 37, so we know we've got a base hit anyway. Pappas with a leadoff single here. He won't be stealing. And here's Alou. Felipe is 1 for 2. Bolin is ready. They're playing for the double play, of course. 970. Another ballpark. 77 right-hander. That's wheelhouse. 68. Once again, really high. Possible double play. Nope, no double play going to go. So it's going to be, let's see, Hunt fields it, flips to Lanier, and he's taken out by a hard slide by Pappas. There's no throw to first, so Alou reaches on the fielder's choice. One away. Felipe at first, and here's Mian. Felix is ready. Pitchers that can hit are sexy. They are a lot of fun, aren't they? Here's an 837. That's a tough pitch, and out of the range. Pops it up on the infield. Once again, over there by third is Mason for the second out of the inning. Felix retired. Here's Hammerin Hank, who tripled and scored a run on Cepeda's 2-run homer 1 inning ago. 1 for 2 is Aaron today. Alou is on first. There's 2 outs. The pitch from Bolin is a 7 in play. 0-8. That could be trouble. It's a base hit. With 2 outs, Alou is off with the crack of the bat. He's around to second. The throw comes in, but it's cut off, and he'll make it to third easily. So Hank's on it first. First and third, 2 down, and here is Cepeda, who homered his last time up to put the Braves ahead. Bolin from the stretch. Cepeda waits. That's a 6 in play, 59. A fly ball out toward right, medium, deep. Bonds takes a few steps back and brings it in. So nothing doing, 2 left. Still 2-1 as we head to the 6th. It will be 3-4-5 for the Giants. Bonds, McCovey, and Dietz. From a historical standpoint, I was surprised to see that Willie Mays played the first week and a half or so of the game, of the season from the leadoff spot, before the manager basically switched Bonds and Mays. Now, Bonds, of course, was coming off a hell of a season. And I wonder if they were starting to think Willie might be slowing down, but turns out wasn't the case, was it? Not for a couple more years. Well, here's Bonds. He's 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout. There's a 5-41 patient and a base on ball to Bobby. And that 5 is going to give him an auto steal chance. So he's a, let's see, a B. And the catcher arm is a 4. So before we check the chart, I think that's a pretty good chance. That's as good a chance as you get. That's the excellent column, folks. Bonds with McCovey, the first pitch. And Bonds is off to second. Let's see how that goes. 76. The throw down, he is safe. Bonds has it stolen. So Bonds at second now. McCovey waits for the second pitch. It's 1-0. Bonds the tying run at second. Pappas delivers to McCovey. 6-13 in play and a base hit. Fielded quickly. Bonds will hold at third. So it's first and third, nobody out for Dietz. Well, they'll probably concede the run, play for a double play here, and avoid a big inning. They are a double play position. Dietz 0 for 2 today. Pappas from the stretch. 789. That's a high number again. Grounder down to short. 7 going to be a double play. 6-4-3. The run will score, but they get the DP. Bonds crosses the plate with a tying run, and we've got a ball game, folks. All tied at 2 with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. And Jim Ray Hart will come up and try to extend the inning. Jim's 0 for 2. Pappas ready. Delivery. Another 7 in play. 0-3. That's a chopper toward the gap. Dunks over the head of the shortstop, Jackson, as he's racing back. Everybody's coming in. Hart is around first, stretching it into a double. The throw is offline, and Hart has himself a 2-out double. And now there's another runner in scoring position. That's the go-ahead run, and Don Mason, the third baseman, coming to bat. He's 0 for 2. Clutch opportunity here. Pappas ready. Mason waits from the left side. 8-24, a tough pitch, and he's down on strike. So Pappas bears down and gets out of the inning. They leave 1, but they tie it up. The run scores on a a double play, pardon me. Forgot where I was. We're all tied at 2 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Both pitchers will be in their fatigue inning in the 7th. Neither has given up 3 runs yet, so they can both keep pitching, but remains to be seen for Bolin here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's Boyer, he's 0 for 2. Bolin, the delivery, 6 in play, 92, forget it. Fly ball out toward left. Hart is there, and Boyer returns to the clubhouse, disappointed. Here's Sonny Jackson. A triple and a ground out. 1 for 2 in the box score. 5-33, that's a tough pitch, and fights it off over the second baseman's head. The second hit of the day for Jackson, and he's a 5 steal as Didier comes to the plate. Let's see, we're using the auto steal option. That will be a C3. Normal chances. The first pitch to Didier, and there goes Jackson. 0-3, that's probably not a stolen base. Actually, it's a stolen base plus a possible error. We're going to roll a 6-sided against. The catcher's error rating, 1. So he's not a good catcher. And that is going to be an E2. So Jackson steals second. Didier fires down, and it's over the second baseman's head and into center field. And Jackson will head to third on the E2. The errant throw there. By Dietz, excuse me. And Didier returns to the box now. Tying run, go-ahead run, 90 feet away. We'll play the infield in here. Bolin waits. Now he's ready. Didier batting left. The switch hitter. That's a 10-79 patient. Fly ball out towards center. That's going to be deep enough. Jackson tags up and no problem. He'll score the go-ahead run. And what do you know, Bobby Bolin will be if he pitches the 7th. But the more important story, the Braves take a 3-2 lead. And 2 outs now. Here's Ralphie Garr. Garr, 1 for 2 with a double today. How about an 8-43? That's a tough pitch. And Garr fights it off for a base hit. Well, a 2-out single for Garr. They'll hold him at first. And Pappas will be looking to help himself from the 6th column. Milt's 1 for 2 on the day. Bolin tries to relax, takes a deep breath. He says, man, it's just the pitcher up there. Let's go. That's a 6 in play, 2. Well, just the pitcher hits this one toward the gap, racing over his heart. He can't get there. He'll have to chase it down, and a 2-out double for Pappas to help his own cause. Garr scores easily as the throw comes in, and now it's 4-2. Bolin is getting shellacked here. He's due to bat next inning, so they're going to try to let him get out of the trouble. But the Braves have jumped out by a 2-run lead, 4-2 here in the bottom of the 6th. And that'll bring up Felipe Alou. He's 1 for 3 with a runner on second. Pappas not a stealing threat. He does everything else pretty well, though. That's an 8-08. Tough, and that's a strikeout. On the tough column is when they want to see that low number, and there it is. Strikes him out for the 3rd out of the inning. But the Braves get 2, leave 1, and lead 4-2 as we head to the 7th. Bolin's day likely done as he's due to bat second. Let's see how that's going to work out. Indeed, he's going to go 6 today. His line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a homer, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hits, 1 home run. He's given up 4 runs. How many of them earned? All of them. Walks and Ks, 0-1, 0-2, 1-2. 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. Let me make sure I can actually read my own handwriting here. There we go. So Bobby Bolin's day is done. He'll head to the showers, and we'll have a pinch hitter for him, and coming into the on-deck circle behind Lanier. Who's that pinch hitter going to be? Let's give it a minute, and we'll find out. We take a break for your station identification. This is JC Sports Replays on YouTube and elsewhere, bringing you some Payoff Pitch 1969 baseball action. Well, we're going to need a pinch hitter against Pappas. Let's see who they've got. Dave Marshall is a possibility. We're going to go with the lefty Dave Marshall. He comes out into the on-deck circle. Lanier steps into the box. Let's make some notes. Lanier is first up. He's 1 for 2 so far today. Pappas, now with a nice 2-run lead. He'll try to hold on to it. That's an 11. Defense check, 58. Error third baseman. Let's see. Boyer is a 3. Another average fielder here. How about a 23? That is going to be an error. The variety being a 1-base error, so an 85. And Lanier's on as he throws the ball in the dirt, and the first baseman cannot dig it out. Cepeda could not get that one. It was a little too wide, took his foot off the bag. He knocks it down to prevent further damage, but Lanier's on, and here's the pinch hitter, Dave Marshall. Marshall steps to the plate, bats left. Pappas, a look at Lanier. He's staying close to the bag. Dashes back, and Pappas with a cursory throw over. Now he's ready, and Marshall waits the pitch. 686, that's an in-play against a righty grounded towards second base. Going to be fielded by Milan, and not in time. He's going to flip to the shortstop to get Lanier. Marshall will reach on the fielder's choice, so Marshall's on. 1 away, and here's Mays. Willie 1 for 3 on the day, a double and a run scored. He'd like to get something going. He's capable of tying this game right now. That's a 9.59. Tough, just out of the tough range. A fly ball out toward right. Aaron's there. And there's 2 away. I'll bring up Hunt. He's 1 for 3. Double and a RBI. Pappas from the stretch. It's a 10.74. Another in play. And that's a fly ball out towards center. Alou with plenty of room. Couple of steps to his left, and the inning is over. So San Francisco leaves 1. They cannot score, and they trail by 2 as we hit the 7th inning stretch. There'll be a new pitcher for the Giants. Having a brain fart. Got righty, righty, and righty coming up. They'll go with Frank Lindsay. Lindsay, the pitcher. Marshall's day will be done. He is an A3. And he bats an 11, so let's see what that little batting card looks like. His running is 6, and his stealing is a 3C. And Marshall's day is done. Let's get him out of there. Put the pitcher sitting card in place. And we hope you've enjoyed the 7th inning stretch. Take me out to the ball game. Sung by somebody we've never heard of today. Milan ready. Grounded. Hadn't left the infield today. 0 for 3. Braves looking to add to a 2-run lead. Here's the pitch from Lindsay. His first pitch, it's an 11.77 in play. Fly ball out towards center. Mays is there, and beyond this retired. First out of the inning. Here's Aaron. He's 2 for 3. A single, triple, and a run scored. He fouls one off. Lindsay said again, here's the pitch. It's a 880. That's patient. And a fly ball out towards center again. Mays going back on this one, but plenty of room, and Aaron's retired for the 2nd out. Here's Cepeda, a 2-run homer today, 1 for 3 officially. Lindsay's ready. That's an 883. Patient. And grounded towards short. Lanier is there. And Cepeda is retired. A 1-2-3 inning for Lindsay. He holds the score where it is, and the Giants still trying to make up a pair of runs. It's 4-2 Atlanta. We head to the 8th. It'll be the heart of the order. Bonds, McCovey, and Dietz due up. Here's Bobby. 1 for 2, a run scored, a walk and a stolen base today. 5-33, patient, and there's another base on balls for Bobby. And that's another steal chance. That is a B4. As we've said, excellent chance here for Bonds. He's off with the first pitch. 57 is another stolen base for Bobby. So Bonds to second. As McCovey steps back in, the 0-1 pitch to McCovey from Pappas. That's an 11-43 defense check. Error first base. Let's see. Cepeda's a 3. 0-4. That's an error. And it's going to be fielded. And Cepeda fields it. Tries to go to third and throws it up the left field line, if you can believe that. Chasing it down, but Bonds is going to score on a terrible throw by Orlando Cepeda. McCovey stops at second. And that's a 2-base error. And suddenly it's a 1-run game, and the tying run is at second. Well, that's 3 runs. That means Pappas will now be fatigued. Because it's not earned runs that matter, it's runs. But to no fault of his own, the manager's going to leave him in there. He's been pitching well. And that'll bring up Dietz with McCovey at second and 1 out. Nobody out. Pappas with the pitch to Dietz. How about a 7? You know that's in play. And a 67. Grounder down to second. McCovey will make his way over to third, and Dietz will be retired 4-3. Well, now the infield's going to come in for Jim Ray Hart. The tying run at third in McCovey, there's 1 out. The infield playing in to cut off the tying run. Here in the top of the 8th, it's a 4-3 game. Pappas ready to deliver. Hart 1 for 3 on the day, a double his last time up. Fouls the first one off. Here's another pitch. It's a 6-94 in play. This one's lofted out toward left, and that's not going to be an automatic score. Gar is there. He makes the play, and McCovey is tagging. Let's see. His arm is a 7. McCovey's running is a 6. So if it's a 6 or lower on both dice, it's a sac fly. Otherwise what? Otherwise, I forget. Give me 1 sec. That's not what I want. Just making sure I get it right, folks. Give me a sec. That's actually going to be a choice. Yep. Okay, so I'm doing it right. Well, 6 or lower, and it's going to be a sac fly. Otherwise, it is a 6. So sac fly, he's in just ahead of the throw. And that'll tie the game up. An RBI sac fly, and it's 4-4, folks, with 2 outs now. Hart does the job. McCovey scores the tying run. The error very costly here in the 8th inning for the Braves. And now it's Don Mason. He's 0 for 3. 2 outs, nobody on. The pitch from Pappas, it's a 9. That's tough, but hold on. 54, it's still tough. We got to re-roll these to see what the result is because he's fatigued, and 0-7 strikes him out. So Pappas, as he's wont to do today, has gotten out of trouble a couple of times. This one, he wraps the inning up but doesn't get out of trouble. It's 4-4 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Lindsay's out there. He'll face Boyer, Jackson, and Didier. Here's Clete Boyer, 0 for 3 today. Tie game, bottom of the 8th. It's a 4-38 defense check. A lot of those today. Error pitcher. So Didier is a 3. And I'm throwing dice. Hold on 1 second. It did not go far, but it went far enough. That's okay. I should have gotten up at the 7th inning stretch. I was forced to get up at the 8th inning stretch. Make sure we situate things back properly here for your viewing acumen. Nope, a little tight. That's pretty good. So Boyer, it's a 5-46 in play. A lot of those today. And a 46 grounder down to first. McCovey's there. He flips to Lindsay, and Boyer is retired for the first out here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the troublemaker, Sonny Jackson. At least that's what the Giants have taken to call him. A triple, a single, a stolen base, and a run scored today. 698, that's a tough pitch. Fly ball out toward right. Bonds is there. 2 away. Here's Didier. Bob with a sac fly his last time up. He's 0 for 1. Had a productive day. A walk and that RBI sac fly. 0 for 1 in the box score. 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th. Lindsay to Didier. Didier batting left if you care. And it's a 10 rare play. Tough. Bases empty tough. Let's see. We got a re-roll for the rare play. These are fun. I like them in this game. An 88. Umpire has a large strike zone in this game. Change all patient results to tough for the current pitchers for the remainder of the game. So now we're going on tough. Changing that result to tough. 52. Grounded down to third. Pardon me, Mason's there, and Didier is retired. So we will head to the 9th inning. It's all tied up. Pappas coming out, believe it or not, to continue his workday. Yeah, that's right. He will face the bottom of the order, Lanier, to be followed by Lindsay, who will probably see a pinch hitter for. Let's remedy that right now. We'll definitely see a pinch hitter for Lindsay. Who will it be? Let's see. Assuming Pappas is going to still be out there. It'll be Bobby Etheridge, a right-hander, with a good track record against Pappas, so says the manager. So Etheridge grabs a bat, heads to the on-deck circle. Lanier steps in. How do you spell it? Etheridge. So Lanier has reached twice, once with a single, once an error. He's 1 for 3 officially. Pappas is ready. Despite his fatigue, he's pitched well, the manager says, and victimized by the poor defense. Well, there's a 5. That's patient. We turn that into tough, no matter what, because of the rare play. So that's going to help Pappas out quite a bit. 99 on the tough. Fly ball out toward left. No problem there for the left fielder Gar. And Lanier is retired for the first out. Here's Etheridge. A tight game, folks. 4-4 here in the 9th. Bobby Etheridge, the pinch hitter, coming to make his first at-bat of the day. By the way, Lindsay pitched 2 before I resolved that at-bat and gave up absolutely nothing. Good job by Lindsay. He has a chance to win it if the Giants can take the lead here. That is a 537 patient. That'll be tough again because of that rare play. 37, that's a strikeout. Etheridge down on strikes. Remember, this won't apply to the Braves or the Giants because Lindsay came out. And here's Mays. Willie's 1 for 4, a double and a run scored. 2 outs here, top of the 9th. Willie's thinking about tying this one up, you know that. That's an 870. Tough. Well, tough can change. Tough is going to become wheelhouse against a fatigue pitcher. If you're not seeing that, tough becomes wheelhouse on a 70. Okay? 67 and 99 turns tough into wheelhouse. So Willie's going to get a wheelhouse opportunity here against a right-hander. The re-roll is an 87. That's an awfully high number. A lot of ado for nothing. It's a grounder down to short. There's Jackson again. A pain in the butt. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Pappas, despite his fatigue. Mays retired, and now Atlanta will have a chance to win it in the bottom of the ninth, and they will face a new pitcher. We've got Gar, followed by Pappas. Well, Pappas is going to bat. We don't know who will yet. We're going to see who the relief pitcher is, but Pappas's day is done. He went 9. If his team comes back here, he can win it. A gutsy performance by Milt Pappas. Let's see how that turned out for him as we get ready to figure out who the pitcher is and then the pinch hitter. Things have gotten interesting here. It's been a tight game all around. Of course, Gar due to lead off, followed by a bunch of righties. Let's see who San Fran wants to entrust this game to. Well, they don't have a lot of options, actually. With Lindsay out, it's going to be Ron Herbel. Ron Herbel. And they only have 3 relievers on the roster to start this. So that'll be D. And he becomes the pitcher of record for San Francisco. Well, now we know a righty's coming up. Let's see who they are thinking. Could be Aspromonte, could be Lum, could be Frank. It's going to be Tito Francona coming out on deck to follow Gar. So this pitcher's hitting card goes away, and Francona will hit the on-deck circle. Hey, Doug Hunt, how you doing? It is a great game, and Rip, Orlando Cepeda, and Mr. Mays, of course. Sorry, a little focused on my tight game here with a lot of movement late. We've got Tito Francona in the on-deck circle as a pinch hitter. It's the bottom of the ninth, all tied at 4. Ron Herbel's in the game as the San Francisco pitcher of record. Pappas went 9. Let's see how that worked out for him. We know he gave up 4 runs, but some of them weren't earned. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 hits. Well, that's an earned run. That's an earned run. There's a walk, an error, 1, 2. That neither of those runs are earned. So only 2 earned for Milt. Walks and no homers. Walks and strikeouts look like this: 1 walk, 1 and 1, 1 and 2, 2 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 3, 3 and 4, 3 walks and 5 Ks. Pappas with an admirable outing. And if the Braves can find a run here, he'll win it. If not, well, then it's going to be extras in Fulton County Stadium. Here's Gar leading things off. He's 2 for 3 today, a single, a double, and a run scored. Herbel's done with his warm-ups. He's from the windup. The lefty Gar waits. 7:36. That's another in-play result. We've seen a ton of those today. Grounded right back to Herbel. He fields it, takes his time, and throws over to McCovey. Gar is eliminated. 1 down. Here's Francona. Pinch hitting today. Pappas was a pretty good hitter, by the way. 2 for 3 with an RBI double on the day, but he won't bat for himself. Now with the game on the line, here's Tito. Herbel delivers. That's a 9. Another in play. 59. Looks like an out, folks. Grounded down to Mason. Over to McCovey, and there's 2 away. It's going to be up to Felipe Alou to end this one in regular innings. Felipe is 1 for 4. Struck out his last time up. But, of course, this is the first time he's seen anybody but Pappas. Pardon me. First time he's seen Herbel. That is a 3. Defense check, 97. Dangerous. Error right field. This could be trouble. Hammerin's a 3. A 40 on a 3. That's an outrange. Can you figure that one out by 1, folks? A 6 A short fly to right field. Hank makes the play, and we're going to extras. Tied at 4. Well, it'll be Hunt, Bonds, and McCovey due up. Let's see who they're going to bring out as a pitcher. I'm going to go right to their closer, Cecil Upshaw, because you can't close it in this one. You need to win it and then hold it if you're Atlanta. You're going to have to walk it off, I should say, if you're Atlanta. So Pappas is done. Here's Upshaw. Francona also done. Pardon me while I make these changes. Upshaw is a 12. As far as batting, not that we think we'll let him bat, but we need to take Francona out of the lineup. So Francona fails miserably as a pinch hitter. And we've got a brand new ball game here in the 10th. Nobody on second, folks. We don't play that game. It's 1969. Hunt is 1 for 4 today. He'll try to start things off for the Giants. How about a 6? That's cocked. Let's re-roll it. 650. Tough pitch. Grounded down to first. Fielded by Cepeda. He flips to Upshaw, and Hunt is retired for the first out. Here's Bonds. Bobby's been dangerous today. Reached base 3 out of 4 times. 2 walks, 2 runs scored, a single, and 2 stolen bases. He struck out the other time up, but man, he's been productive. Let's see if he can continue it against Upshaw. 1 out, top of the 10th. Here's Bonds. 880, patient. And that's a fly ball to center. Felipe Alou is there, and Bonds is retired. Here's McCovey. McCovey's also reached 3 out of 4. He reached on a single, a walk, and an error. He scored a run. 2 outs. Top of the 10th. You would love to have Willie up if you're the Giants, and that's the situation they're in. Upshaw, ready. Low windup. How about a 6? Tough pitch. 0-7. Forget it. McCovey's down on strikes. A 1-2-3 for Upshaw. He does what he's supposed to, and now the Braves will have another chance to win it against Herbal. Herbal coming out. He's a long reliever, and he's going to get his work in today. He will face 2, 3, and 4. Milan, Aaron, and Cepeda. Well, this is the part of the lineup you want up if you are Atlanta. Here's Milan, 0 for 4 so far today. How about a 7-0-6? That's another in play, but this one is going to get through. A base hit for Milan to lead things off. And he's quick. They'll have to hold him. He's not going to get the auto steal result, but here's Aaron. Runner on first, nobody out. Bottom of the 10th. We're tied at 4, and Atlanta brings up Hank Aaron, who's 2 for 4 today. A triple and a run scored. Herbal looks in. He likes the sign. The quick step. 680. Tough pitch. Fly ball out towards center. Mays is there. Plenty of room. And takes it in. Milan retreats to first. And here is the big cat, Orlando Cepeda. 1 for 4 today. A 2-run homer that put the Braves on the board. Now it's 4-4.
Yep.
My wife's enjoying a television show. Has nothing to do with the game, folks. She likes to predict what's going on in some sort of medical show. I don't think Orlando Cepeda has scurvy. He's beyond that now. Milan at first. Cepeda waits for the pitch from Herbal. 8-17. That's patient, and that's a base on balls. And that's going to move the winning run, into scoring position for Clete Boyer. Boyer, who's been abysmal today, he's 0 for 4 with a strikeout. He's a better hitter than that, isn't he? Well, here's Herbal. They're looking for the double play to get out of this one. How about a 6-0-7? That's a tough pitch. How about a strikeout? Herbal takes Boyer to an 0 for 5 day. And that'll bring up the headache. Sonny Jackson. He's been everywhere and anywhere today. He's got a couple of base hits and a run scored. He could walk it off right here with a base hit, folks. Milan will be moving on the pitch. So will Cepeda. Herbal is ready. He looks in for the sign. Gets one he likes after shaking 2 off. And here's Jackson. Waits from the left side. Another quick pitch from Herbal. Trying to catch Jackson by surprise. That's a wheelhouse 12. And a 30 is, oh man, a 28. That's a shame. Pops it up on the infield. Sonny Jackson, instead of thinking about a game-winning base hit, was thinking about a 3-run home run. This one stays up for a while, but when it comes down in Ron Hunt's glove, and that's the end of the 10th. We'll head to the 11th. All tied at 4. Wheelhouse result, and he just overswung, folks. That was a big mistake by Herbal, Ben, but he got away with it. And Upshaw will come out. He'll face Dietz, Hart, and Mason. Here's Dietz. He's 0 for 4. He'd like to get something going, obviously. The Giants imploring him. A defense check, 11. Second base range is a C for Milan, however you want to say it. It's a 37. And that's going to be a base hit. Let's see. I think it's just going to be a single, but let's be sure. Yep. Dietz has his first base hit. And he's not very fast. Might be a pinch runner. Give us a second. First of all, do they have a backup catcher on the roster? It's early in the season and things can be weird. They do. Jack Hyatt's out there. Now, what do they have for pinch runners? It's going to be Bob Berta coming in to pinch run for Dietz. That's going to be D. Actually, it's going to be E. So Dietz' day is done. Why did I put him down there? Pardon me. Un momento, por favor. I require a sip of water. So Berta will be the runner. And here's Jim Ray Hart. Well, Hart has had a decent day. 1 for 3, a double hit, and a sac fly. Could be a hit and run opportunity here. Yeah, I think that's what they're going to do. So let's see how this works out. And forgive me if I fumble through this rule. I've only hit and run about 3 times so far in Payoff Pitch. But this calls for it for sure. Get in there. Oh, really, get in there. So that's a 6-0-1. That's a tough pitch. Nothing else changes. And 0-1 strikes him out. Doesn't matter about the... Oh, actually, wait. Does the strikeout matter on a hit and run? Revolves plays normally with the exceptions listed below. Wheelhouse reroll. Isn't that funny? It doesn't say anything about a strikeout. Huh. So I guess Burton never gets the opportunity to go anywhere. It's kind of weird. I feel like you should have to steal the base. Let me just check the rule book. The chart doesn't say a damn thing about it. If the batter strikes out, the runner is forced to steal the next base. It says it in the rules, but not on the chart. Am I missing something? If the batter strikes out, the lead runner must attempt to steal the next base. That makes more sense. So Berta will be Berta will be stealing. He's a 3F. He's not a good stealer, unfortunately. He was in there for his speed. So F4 is actually a fair chance, not the worst possible. How about a 68? That might be good enough. And he's safe. He steals second. Sorry about that, folks. I needed a minute. So Hart strikes out, but Berta steals second. And that'll bring up Don Mason. Bird on second is the go-ahead run. Mason is 0 for 4 today. Yeah, I had a hard time finding that, Ben. That was annoying me. I got to do some highlighting there. You know what? They should have bullet pointed everything on the chart. Everything kind of blurs together. But there we go. Runner on second. 1 out. Here's Don Mason looking for his first base hit of the day. Upshaw, the righty against the lefty Mason. Here's the pitch. That's a 6.25. A tough pitch, and he's down on strikes. So Upshaw coming after these guys. Leadoff single. He's still in scoring position, but here's Hammerin. Do they have any help on the bench for this? What could they possibly do? Well, they could bring in Jim Davenport, but he's no better than Lanier. They're going to have to bring in Jack Hyatt as the catcher, so Davenport will be the last guy on the bench. They're going to hold on to him, see if Lanier can come through. Hal is 1 for 4 today, and he's got an RBI chance. He could put them ahead. Be a big comeback win for the Giants today. It's 6.35. A tough pitch ends. Forget it. Upshaw blows the next 3 batters away after the leadoff single. Nothing but high heat there. And the Giants cannot score. They leave 1. And Herbal is due to lead things off, so you can bet that'll be the end of it. But hold on, I still have the old guy in there. I got to get Etheridge out of the lineup from a previous inning. And who do we bring in here? Berta is going to be out. And the new catcher will be Hyatt. Let me just get these right. They're down to 1 bench man. Hyatt's coming in as the catcher. He's a CB4 with a 1 arm. Catcher B4 1 Hyatt. Herbal comes out for his 3rd inning. You know he's not going to pitch another one. And if the Braves have anything to say, nobody's going to pitch another one, because here's Didier. No home run power, but he has walked and sack fly today. Let's see if they have some options. Well, they do have Bob Tillman as a backup catcher. So we might see a pinch hitter here. I don't know if there's anybody better on the bench, to be honest with you. Could go with Mike Lum, but we probably want to save him for the pitcher. So they're going to let Didier hit for himself. The pitch from Herbal in his 3rd inning of work. A tough pitch, 37. And that's a single. He fights it off, and Didier with the base hit. And now we might see another pinch runner. Let's see who's the options. Well, we would take... Oh, we got Tommy Aaron. Tommy Aaron's a 9. That's going to be a C. Didier's day is done. And the little brother, I think, of Hammerin Hank will come in as a pinch runner. He's a 9. And that'll bring up Ralph Garr. And you know what we're doing, folks. We're going to learn how this hit and run works. Very far lower right corner of the hit and run card, just above the 2 reset. Yep, found that too. Thank you, Ben. So here's Garr. Tommy's off with the pitch. Herbal with the delivery. That's a 10. Ballpark. 25, you know what that is here, wheelhouse, but Garr is only up to a 27. Let's see if he gets a good result. 35, he does not. And that's popped up. Aaron puts on the brakes and quickly retreats, as this pop-up is handled by Mason down the 3rd base line. Well, Upshaw's due. You know that's not going to happen. It's not a bad hitter, but they've got better options on the bench, so let's see who's going to come up in this extra inning ball game where these teams are pulling out all the stops. I think it's going to be Mike Lum, as we said. We knew that already. Well, there's a D. Upshaw was the pitcher. He's done. He's done. And the lefty Lum will come up with an opportunity here. Tommy Aaron on first. Lum is ready. Here's the pitch from Herbal. Not hitting and running. You're going to... Listen. You need to do what I tell you to do. It's a 7. In play, 78. Fly ball out towards center. Medium deep. Mays is there, and Lund is retired as a pinch hitter. And it's going to be up to Alou. Alou. Felipe is 1 for 5 on the day. Put the green monster around that corner of the park, apparently. Yeah, the bullet points would really help speed things up. I might just put them in myself. Well, there's a 10. That's a ballpark. 60. Wheelhouse. Alou has a chance here once again. Wrong guy for the wheelhouse, but a 36 or less will get the job done in one form or another. A 27. It's a base hit. Aaron over to third. Tommy, that is. And Alou with a single. The game is going to continue here in the 11th. It's first and second. First and third, pardon me. And Milan is coming up. He's 1 for 5, a 276 hitter in the season against right-handers, and Herbal on the verge of catastrophe. First and third, 2 down, bottom of the 11th. This one's all tied at 4, and Milan can walk it off with a base hit. Or a roll of a 30 is a wild pitch, so let's keep an eye out for that, too. Herbal likes the sign. Milan waits. Well, that's not a 30. That's a ballpark again. 76. Wheelhouse for Milan. Good opportunity to end this one here. Up to a 37 will do it. 0-2. He jacks one deep to left field. Going back on at his heart. He stops short of the warning track. He can only watch as the improbable happens. Felix Milan with a 3-run walk-off home run here at the launching pad in Fulton County Stadium in Atlanta. And that's the ball game, folks. Herbal can only hang his head. He thought he was safe to come over the plate against the light-hitting Milan, and boy, was he wrong in a big way. Put it right over the heart of the plate, a hanging breaking ball, and Milan crushed it. His first homer of the season, and the Braves win. What a game. What an improbable finish. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into an awesome ball game between two fun teams to play. The San Francisco Giants fall in Atlanta to the bat of the big slugger Felix Milan. With all the other guys on the roster, Milan gets the job done, and Herbal takes the loss. What a game. He doesn't go 3, Herbal. He goes 2 2/3. He gives up 4 base hits. 3 runs, all earned on a big home run from Milan. 1 walk and 1 K, and that was a fun one to broadcast, wasn't it? Well, Upshaw is going to get the win. He goes 2. And gives up 1 base hit and K's 4, and that's his line. Nice job for Upshaw, but an even bigger job for the inevitable player of the game, Felix Milan. Guys, thanks for hanging out. That was a lot of fun. I'll try to be on a few times this week. I'm going to be on vacation, and I'm also going to try to pre-record a few. Payoff Pitch is back on the table for the time being and the foreseeable future, as I've reached a good breaking point in 2 other projects. Well, thank you for tuning in. My name is Joe. This has been JC Baseball Replays. Well, sports replays, but we haven't done any other sports, have we? Well, we played the Pro Bowl once. In any case, from Atlanta, by way of Shrewsbury Township, New Jersey, your final score is the Atlanta Braves 7, the San Francisco Giants 4, Herbal the loss, and Cecil Upshaw with the clutch relief win. MVP inevitably to Sir Felix. We'll see you soon for another great game.